And welcome back to the Market Wolf, where I give you the best bear case, the best bull case, and I give you my opinion. The first thing I want to do is take a look at the pre-market on CNN Business, and you can tell fear and greed were not. Let's just see where the market is at right now. If you take a look at the pre-market, the S&P 500 looks great, Dow futures look great, NASDAQ looks great right now at this time in the evening. It's interesting because really, what I find fascinating about it is that we are still in extreme fear, despite the fact that we clearly pre-market are looking a lot more bullish. And this is going to play into the case I'm going to present for you today, for both the bear and the bull case. I want to first speak to my case, and if you'll remember, 2 days ago, so I've been calling this. I called this 2 days ago. I called this move. I called this move. I called this move. The rest of my case did not play out. I really thought we were going to have to revisit this level down here and do a triple tap. I really thought the market wasn't sure about this because the volume hasn't been that great overall. And I was expecting this to roll over today. But you can see that, we've gotten to a point here to where it's going to be really difficult to call this a shoulder. And so you could, in some sense, say, well, we have an inverse head and shoulders here, and that would play well to our bull case. I want to go over the bear case with you first, though. The bear case is that, we still on the 2 hour, we're still on a bearish divergence despite the EMA line beginning to curl up here on the 20. And we still have a lot, we still have these other EMA lines to break through with price action. So, we still look bearish. I think the other thing you have to look at too for the bear case is, we had some great volume here on the 2 hour, but the next 2 hours it was terrible. We're really starting to fall off on the volume. So the question becomes, can you keep that up? And that's been the question the whole time, because really on the bear case, repeatedly, what we have seen over and over again throughout, ever since Powell spoke a while back, right up here, okay, all the way through here, to be honest. Every time it seems like we're on one of these bullish divergences and we're about to go bullish, we always reverse course. You can see we didn't even make it here on the 2 hour. I remember here on the 30-minute we made it bullish, and that's typically what's been happening over and over again. We'll see a bullish divergence happening on the 30, and then it breaks apart, it falls through because it simply doesn't have the volume to get the job done. You can also see generally here, you just look at this volume, right? Okay, well, we have a little bit, okay. I don't know. Is this really going to go up on this kind of volume? Is this market really going to have a major bullish move? We'll see. Okay, so that's really kind of the bear case. We've been falling into multiple. Now, I know it's difficult to see with all the noise on here, but we've been falling into multiple descending channels here, and it continues to go lower repeatedly. It's continued to go lower. You could say that maybe we're about to get out of here, but really, ultimately, overall, the entire picture is still bearish. Now let me get to the bull case, and this is important. because we are starting to see what I consider some major changes. First, actually, let me go back out to that 4-hour time frame, because I want to show you for the bull case here, like I explained before, we are also right now inside of this descending wedge. Price is falling through this descending wedge, and I know it's difficult to see with everything I've got up here. And usually when you're in a descending wedge, that typically will break out bullish. You can see we have a support that we've been on here. We've been on an uptrend. Also bullish. I would say if we take a look at the 1 day, you'll see on the 1 day here that we are having really, this to me is like, this could not end up being really super bullish, to be honest. This is something that I am wondering if we are about to see some kind of a breakout here, especially when we see what's happening in pre-market. But if you look at this, what do we have? We have increasing incoming volume, right? Increasing incoming volume on what? Increasing incoming volume on decreasing price. That's a bullish divergence. Okay? So that's something we have to keep in mind as well. Also, you look at the daily here. We're just now possibly starting an uptick with some positive momentum. I want to take you back to the 2-hour on that note when it comes to momentum. And I want you to see that we are starting a second wave here. And we really are not anywhere close to being seriously overbought. So this can continue to the bull side. Even on the 30-minute, we're not going to need much of a cool down at all. I mean, we're not anywhere close really on the 30-minute to being overbought. So, between being in the descending wedge, riding up this support line, just all of the things I've mentioned, also the beginning of this bullish divergence on the EMA lines, we really could be beginning to get seriously bullish here. The only question it comes down to, again, is volume. So, let me give you the bear case, let me give you the bull case, let me give you my opinion. So, I think, with the bear case, I think what we would see, your best bear case is that, we kind of roll over here tomorrow. And, there could be some flagging here, but we roll over, and I would say that we might try to back test, right? But then we would fail that back test and then begin to fall through, right? I think that would be your best bear case, and you could potentially break these levels here and end up retesting the base of this wedge. That's a possibility because the volume it's not been awesome. So we may need to retest the bottom of this wedge. It may not be finished. So I think that's your best bear case. And this is your conservative bear case. And down there would be your best bear case. I think for the bull case, what you're going to end up seeing, again, is the same thing. You're going to see a back test, okay? So we will back test this, but then I think when we go up, I think that it would be fair to say we may not even have to backtest all the way, honestly, on the bull case. I think that you could literally just backtest down to maybe about right here for the bull case. Okay. You could have a brief cool off there, come up here, get support, right? And then you could really just come up here, complete a whole cup and a handle, and then you could just take off. Honestly, unless volume gets awesome, and it would have to get awesome, I think you see a rejection at the top of this wedge. I don't think you see a breakout. I think the most you could see is a fake out breakout where you could maybe get back into the top of this descending channel, but then you fall down and back through. But that's a lot. That's a lot, right? So I think that's the best bull case right there. And, honestly, what might happen is you might come down here and then find support right here, and perhaps we start a new accumulation zone on this level. So that's something to look at for the bull case for tomorrow. And I tell you what, my opinion is essentially completely congruent with the bull case for tomorrow. I really see us making these moves. I think that the one thing I would say for my case is that I would probably be a little more conservative because I just don't believe that the volume is going to be there. I think we would get a rejection off the top of this wedge right here, and you would probably form a handle right here, maybe get top side of the wedge with a handle, and then spill out and fall over. I think that's as bullish as we get tomorrow, and so that's really my opinion as well. Yeah, so I mean, this market's interesting. I think that we're going to have a bigger bullish divergence on the EMAs than we normally would. I think that we'll definitely complete it on the hour. I think we're going to have to see if the bullish divergence will continue. See, we're very close right now, and I think we'll have to continue to see if the bullish divergence will continue on the 2 hour. And if we see good volume coming in and we see some confirmation on the 2 hour, then we're going to have to get serious about thinking about just how far this could go. Because if good volume is coming in, I could completely see us coming up to this point tomorrow. I really could, completing that. But I just don't think volume is going to be there. I think, despite how great pre-market looks, when you look at the fear and greed index and you see how much fear there is, I think it's just, there's still going to be sell-offs. I don't think anybody believes this market is going to come roaring back yet. So that's the best bear case. That's the best bull case. That's my opinion. Please hit the like button if you're returning. Please subscribe. Please share. And I should have a market lesson up very soon. It's a lengthy one. But it's good stuff. It's very, very good stuff. You're going to be able to call the market point to point. You're going to learn some of the most really important basics that you need to know in the market. This really is driving home that whole idea of Sunim Tao, the little idea of the market that I'm putting forth. And it's going to enable you to call the market to the points that I do. Look, it's not always 100% success. It's, 90% of the time, I'm typically right. But I'm wrong every once in a while. And remember, the philosophy on this channel: learn so we may teach, teach so we may learn. I'm learning from you. I've been talking to Jason a lot in the comments section. I appreciate you, Mr. Evans. It's been a nice experience, and we're learning together. He's introduced me to this idea of pitchforks, and that's something I've got to check out. please leave comments in the comments section. I am interested in what you're doing, what your charts are like. I don't know everything. I really don't. I've seen guys that are much better at TA than me. It gets to a point where you don't have to be better than 90%, but I've seen guys that are like 99% accurate, and it is freaking incredible. And that's really where I want to get to, and I want to take you guys with me on that journey. So hit that like button. We'll see you next time on The Market Wolf.